They're there. They're there.
We do.
Yeah, they're
Maybe
things
that's why you're not getting callbacks. So here we are. We got you.
Yes.
So
When would you go on a date with a little guy, then you don't want to eat? You're like, oh, my friend.
It is just etiquette. I'm not saying that
Oh.
the guy cannot cater for
So,
whatever you want
question.
to order. Hello guys, how are you? How are we? My name is Tina.
My name is Austin.
Today we're talking about first of all, it's been a hot minute. I hope you're fine. And this is episode 31. It's 31.
Karibu Sana, episode 31.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, thank you very much for your support. I mean, subscribing, liking, sharing, many times commenting. When you do all that, we're so happy because we know that we are doing it and someone else is actually benefiting from it. Yeah. So thank you very much for all that and continue supporting us through liking, sharing, commenting.
And also let us know which topics you want us to talk about. I mean, we're always stuck on relationships and friendships. And
I'm tired of relationships and
you
all that
are.
stuff. Yeah.
I promise this is the last one about relationships.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Okay.
Yeah. So what are we talking about?
Today we're talking about do's. Is it do's and don'ts? Among the rules of a first date.
Bit of the rules of a first date.
First date.
Yeah, it's basically the do's and the don'ts in the first date.
Yeah.
Sorry, the first date. Yeah. So that is what we're talking about today. I'm pretty sure someone who is watching from home or from wherever you're watching, you'll be like, okay, we have rules for the first date. So they're there. They're there.
We do.
Yeah,
maybe that's why you're not getting callbacks. So here we are. We got you. So I will start with my first point.
Yep.
This is to the ladies. I mean, we don't go on dates to eat. So eat fast before you go on a date. If it's a date, because there's a difference. There's a meetup, then there's the date. So you eat fast so that when you go there, when you Coca-Cola, you want to order everything on the menu. This is the first rule, by the way. You don't order everything on the menu. Look at what the other person is eating. Ame order nini. You either order the same or lesser. Don't be desperate on someone's money, because ukikula mob, he'll be like, huyu hapana X. That's why you're not getting a call back. And maybe the guy just had money ni vile alisema, I want to see how she likes to respect people's money. If she respects that,
isn't that not being you? Like, you're not being your real self. If you like eating, just
no.
Why would you deny yourself to put
you met someone and the person told you, let's go on a date. Okay. Being the first date impression is to encourage someone to call you or text you. Yeah, just like to know someone on the level of hi, how are you doing? What do you do? Si lazima you know someone. At sasa that first day you want to tell them, oh me, I always eat a lot. You can tell them as a by the way, but don't disrespect their money. That is what I'm saying.
So okay, let me ask a question. I'm not being ethnical sensitive or whatever.
Okay.
I'm not being biased according to tribes. But let me ask, why will you go on a date with a little guy, then you don't want to eat? You're like, oh, my friend.
It is just etiquette. I'm not saying that the guy cannot cater for whatever you want to order. But don't be desperate on the date. You want to order everything. You went to a date to eat. No, you went there to know a person.
Okay, question. Now, if you went there to know a person, okay, how will it feel if now in the second date or second meetup, now you start seeing my true colors? I start eating like I've never eaten before.
That's okay. But the first impression, don't order more than what they order.
Do you know that people at times some people just get annoyed if you know not. But anyways.
You know what? I just said it. That's the first
I understand.
rule.
Okay. Yeah. Thing is, just be what? Be respectful to whatever you're doing. So my first point is be true to yourself. I mean, don't be that person who is not the real self. I mean,
Don't be
you're out
fake.
there. Yeah, don't be fake. Don't go there faking things. I mean, you like, oh, I live in Kilimani. Oh, I do this, and yet you don't live there. Or maybe you're there and you start bragging about how you make millions, and the truth is you don't
Mm-hmm.
make millions. When the person finds out, it becomes a problem now, because now they'll be like, oh, so you're a liar. I mean, just be true to yourself. Be you. Don't even think of lying to that person, because when they find out, it becomes something totally different. The first date,
Mm.
you don't have to say everything about yourself, but whatever you give out, make sure it is what is there. It is the reality. Don't fake things. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's important to be honest. Like, for example, you meet a person, then say maybe you liked to that person, and then as the talking goes on, you're like, oh, I like this person, I like this person. How are you going back to tell them, oh, I lied?
Like, okay,
That's a red
let
flag.
me just give an example. Though
Mm-hmm.
this one is one of the examples that I've seen destroying a lot of relationships.
Mm.
One, you know very well that you have a child, and you go on a date and you don't talk about it. Believe me, not everyone is the same. There are people who will tell them in the second and the third one, they'll be like, okay, it's just a child. But there are people who, when you don't tell them the first time, they get pissed off. And that's how everything ends, even before it starts. So there are information you can share in the first date.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
But first, you need to know the intentions. Is it hit and run?
No,
Is
that
it
comes before
for
you
a deep
agree.
connection?
That comes before you agree on going for a date with someone. Yeah.
Sure.
I can't just meet you today, then ask for then I ask you for a date and expect you to come. If you come, for me, if you come, that's a red flag. That's a red flag, man. Why would you come? We met yesterday, then I ask you for a date today, and you come.
So when?
Hey,
When
take
then?
your time to learn who I am, because you won't know
Okay.
my intentions.
But I would say that guys are different. There are those who see what they like and they're just like, shoot my shot and that's it.
3 months into the relationship, you start noticing that you're dating a psychopath. Uh, let's just be honest.
Damn.
I say what I say. I mean,
Okay, this hour.
yeah. I mean, the information you don't have to hide. Just
Okay,
be
so
true to
after how
yourself.
long are you supposed to decide to go on a first date?
Just that is up to you to decide, because you're the one who knows how quick you can learn a person and how slow you can learn a person. So take your time into knowing someone
Mm-hmm. Before going on a
before
date with
before
them.
before agreeing to go on a date with them,
Because
because
going on a date feels like you're giving them a green
yeah,
flag,
that's a
like
green
I'm
flag.
available
That's a green
emotionally.
light. You can proceed. Why would you do that and you don't know someone? So take
Oh,
your time and learn someone. Me, if I ask you for a date and we just met yesterday and you come, my friend, and the thoughts that I'll be having in my mind about you. Anyways, what's your second point? I'm just being honest, by the way.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone asks you on a date. This is for the ladies again. Someone asks you on a date and you go, then you show up in a jersey. Yeah, I know. Yes, I know.
Is
Wearing
there
a
a
jersey
problem?
is sexy. It is good. It is
But
nice to show that you're sporty and everything else. Imagine you meet the guy, amevaa suti, amevaa smart casual, amekuja kumit a lady. Then you show up in a jersey.
you didn't do your homework pretty well.
You didn't do your homework exactly. That's why I say have these conversations before you go on a date. For example, what do you wear when you just going for a casual meeting?
Mm-hmm.
Like learn those patterns, then you can say, okay, if I wear this, I will look out of context. Now imagine umepelekwa Sarova Hotels. Baby girl is in a jeans and a Manchester United jersey.
Hey, Manchester United fans,
No,
I'm really sorry
I'm
for
using
whatever she's saying. I'm not part of that.
no, like ata imagine the guy is thinking like unajua they always like guys are so funny. They can see you how you dress and they're like they just log out.
First impression is
First impression is
very,
very
very
important.
important.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now maybe ata ana resent Man ama ana resent sports, ama even football. That's how you don't get a call back. Simple mistakes.
But
I
hey,
tell you, dress nicely.
I think
Mm.
the only solution to that is take your time to know someone. Don't just, and that is what I was saying. If I ask you, if we meet today and then I ask you for it, and you come tomorrow, the second day, my friend, you're not serious.
But
Because
really, let me ask you:
why
have
would
you?
you? Why would you
Sorry.
come? I mean, take your time to learn what I like and what I don't like. Probably you might come on a booty short and I hate it, or you might come wearing
Booty
ragged
shot.
jeans and I don't like it. Remember, probably I've taken you to some place like Sarova, and there's a way you're supposed to dress, and you are there with these boots. I don't know how they're called.
Sneakers.
I mean, sneakers is not a problem. It depends with what is on.
Ukuju,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not a problem. But ragged and those very weird things that people wear. I mean, Gen Z. I'm just attacking Gen Z, by the way. There's so
Vita
many weird things
Mara.
that
Yes.
we wear, and it's like, if you. By the way, I usually say, if you want to be naked, just walk naked. Don't pretend to us with things that's really out.
He has no
They-
filters today. I'm sorry.
I mean, take your time, learn
Mhm.
someone, know where you're going, and dress properly, dress appropriately. Know where you're going. If you're going for a picnic, know where, know what to wear. If you're going, maybe the date is in some hotel, know how you dress. If maybe you're going for a walk, your date is a walk, know how you're dressing. Because how will you wear heels and you're going for a walk? Maybe that walk will last 2 hours. Heels, walk. I mean, just take your time.
What?
Don't rush things. God bless everybody.
I have never, ladies, I have never seen a guy wear a jersey and apeleka dem date. I maybe equal. I am not refusing, but
Many of us
most
do our
cases I have never seen. The guy kwanza is like, do I wear this shirt or this shirt?
First
Then
impression.
you wear a jersey. Girl.
By the way, even the Sims know this rule. First impression really matters.
Mhm.
You don't just wear anything. Actually, now you're wearing, oh, this vest used by this basketball player. Then you're going on a date. My friend,
You're giving me rich kid vibes.
no,
The
that
kid
is
who
stupidity.
cannot
That's
just
just
think for
stupidity. On a date.
himself.
Anyways, my
That's that. What's
yeah,
your point?
my point is be confident enough in the first date. Why? When you show that you're kind of shy or you're not even sure with whatever you're saying, there's a message you're sending to the other person, and be like, is this person really the person I want to be with? When you're confident with what you're saying, how you're dressed, it shows that you respect yourself, you know who you are. For example, I come on a date, and I'm not even like I'm not even comfortable with how I'm seated. I'm like, every time I'm looking sideways. That one alone shows that probably you're hiding something from the other person. But when you sit there, you look the person into their eyes. There's something you're just telling them, this is me, and there's nothing I'm hiding. But every time you're just looking at the environment. I mean, what are you hiding? Are you a thief or something? So just be confident with who you are, what you are. That takes me back to how you dress. At times, probably I am not the type of person who wears suits, but it doesn't mean that when I come now, I must be confident with whatever I'm wearing. If it's a jeans, that's who I am. If you want to talk negatively about it, that's who I am. I won't change it. Maybe later on when we start dating, I might consider compromising that, but just be confident with what you have, even if it's your perfume.
Oh yeah.
Just be confident. Hata kama it's that one that goes for about 100 shillings. That's what you can afford.
But who will even know it's 100 bob? Like,
Person who will know will depend on how you behave.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But
Be confident. I know many people don't understand
okay,
that, but
confidence is very important
Yeah.
because most of the times when you don't know a person,
Yeah.
you have to keep the conversation going. Now imagine you don't know how to keep a conversation going and it's just gonna be awkward. Sometimes too.
and again about conversations.
Why do you think funny guys get the ladies
You know, they
wenye
talk.
wanakuanga huku. Why do you think it's the funny guys? Because they know how to talk. They are confident. They know what to say, when to say it. So
Yeah.
be confident.
Don't be shy and
Be confident, darling.
just be confident and talk. Make sure the conversation is flowing and it's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying?
So I'm done saying whatever I was saying.
You
Just
done.
be confident. I mean, be you, be who you are, love yourself, and talk. If you like talking, let not their beauty make you forget who you are. Even if
don't drop your jaws.
I mean,
pick your jaws from the floor.
Be yourself, man.
Okay, I got intimacy tips. Don't kiss on the first date. What are those things that people don't do on the first date? You don't kiss.
Don't kiss, man.
Yeah, don't kiss.
Don't kiss.
The most you can do is a hug. A hug. Yeah, that's the most actually.
Why are you kissing in the first date, man?
Because when you kiss, it's like you're telling the person.
Yeah.
The highway is.
Yeah, I mean, you're sending this vibes called cheap person vibes.
Yeesh. Okay.
Why would you send cheap person vibe? I mean, tell them you have self-respect. Don't kiss on the first date. Probably they might have not rushed.
You know, it's funny. It's funny. He's the one saying these things. I'm like, we never talk about these things.
I went somewhere and decided to be what I am today. I'm confident, you know. I'm just being me. So hey, don't kiss on the first date.
Yeah, don't.
Just don't kiss. Don't come gonzo.
Just a peck on the cheek, but.
A what?
Yeah, on the cheek only. On the cheek.
If you do that, if I invite you on a date and do that,
elegant.
red flag. Don't even try that. Why? I mean, no, I'm this type of person.
Okay, for
that
me,
thinks,
like a person asks, "Can I kiss you?" Just say no, thank you. The most you can do is a peck on the cheek. That's it.
No,
that's it.
You can do it, Hapa.
On the
what? My face.
Okay, Austin.
For example, a face that I took time to make sure it's smooth. Then you want to, hey, friends. It's a date. We're not. Remember, it's the first date. We're not even in a relationship.
Oh yeah, we're still getting to know each other.
I probably don't. I mean.
Okay. Your point now.
My point is, up your listening game. Be very attentive. Be a good listener, because on the first date, there's a lot of information that is given out.
Yeah.
And if you're not keen and if you're not really attentive, you'll miss a lot. Then, 3 months into your relationship, you start asking yourself, did you ever tell me this? They told you, probably. You didn't just listen.
Did you listen?
Yeah, you
don't just talk too much. Just don't talk too much. Also listen. Like, I feel like I usually say this. I think I've said it to most of my friends. Like, when a guy starts to talk, there is something he's aiming at. Okay, like as for ladies, we'll just talk. We'll just even run our mouth and talk and talk and talk and talk. For a guy, for him to even think of what to say, and when he starts, he's like, okay, this is what I wanted to say. Then there's the process of him delivering the message. They always have a process. So like, if you interrupt, they feel offended, or they just log out, or they're just like, okay, she's not a listener. Then there's that way of delivering it. They have a stage like, this is why I'm saying this. I'm saying this. This is why I'm saying it. Like, there's that process. I don't remember the process, but that's how guys are wired. And when you are a talker, they just switch off and like, we can't.
The greatest turn off for people is someone who talks and doesn't listen. You know, when you talk too much, at some point you'll be talking everything that sounds even useless and very unnecessary. For example, let me give an example. For a lady who talks too much, you'll end up saying you love money and you can't date without money. That one alone is a turn off. It's a red flag for any person. It's the same way a guy will say, will just talk too much, and you say, for me, I want someone who will have sex every day with me. That's not every lady will take that as a positive thing. And that's when you get it wrong. Because you're just talking and talking and talking. Or another example is a guy says, you see, I can't do anything without my parents' approval. Very wrong. There are things that you can do on your own. You don't have to wait for someone to approve it. And believe me, when a lady hears such a thing that you can't do anything without
They
your
just knock
parents,
out.
that's it. And that's it. There's nowhere you're going. So when you talk, make sure that you're also a listener.
Yeah.
You don't just talk
Talk.
because of the sake of talking. Listen, and listen very carefully. This is where someone might tell you, I have a condition and this is how it is. When you don't listen and it happens that the condition happens
during
in
the
you,
date.
yeah, during your relationship or maybe the date, then you start like, kwani nilileta nani hapa? So be a keen listener. In as much as you talk, even these funny guys that you're saying, they listen. They listen to everything. For me, yeah, I listen and I talk. And when when I start listening, I'll keep quiet and listen to whatever you're saying. Then I analyze each and everything you're saying, and I'll ask questions after listening. When you listen, you get to know the person. Then you start maybe analyzing their statements and getting to know where to ask a question and where not to ask, what not to touch and what to touch. So when you start asking your questions, at the back of your mind, you have some background information. This is what I'm asking. This is what I want to know. But when you don't listen to anything, you might fail asking questions. And you're there. I was on a date. What type of date was that? You didn't listen to anything. You didn't even ask a question.
You can't even remember a thing about the person.
Probably.
Or you even forgot the name.
Exactly. If there's something
if there's
I
something
hate,
that a person likes is you remembering their name. Like, you remember my name?
if there's something I hate is going on a date with someone and you don't know them.
And then they ask your tape, you say your name.
Not even that. A lady asks you, do you know my name? And you're like, when you start doing that, or the other way around, a guy asks you, do you know my name? And you start like, what are those? If you don't know my name, there's a better way. If you don't know my name, you can just say, oh, by the way, at the start of the date, just tell me, oh, by the way, I didn't get your name quite well. Remind me, please. But now, imagine you spend 2 hours eating and talking, then you don't know my name.
It's like a roller coaster.
It's like you just came to
then
eat.
you ask the name, then
Yeah.
what?
It's very dangerous.
Okay, the next point now
Mhm.
is don't talk about work unless it's like something you in the same field or you're asking them about their day.
Mm.
Yeah, so like don't bring work to the first date. Like you want to tell them, oh, I earn this amount of money. What else is work related? There's a project giving you headache, your co-workers, those things like so wachia second date and above. Like first date, I want to know you. Who are you as a person before you start talking about yourself? Of course, I will ask you, what do you do for a living?
Exactly. The only time you're allowed to talk about work is when you're asked, what do you do for a living?
Or if the person asks, how is the field? I'm a job market.
Exactly.
How does it look like?
But don't go into details and
Exactly, and
start
make
start
the whole
yapping
date
about
about
everything.
work.
Yeah, you're there yapping
Yeah,
about
that's
everything and
boring.
opening your mind. In our workplace we do this, we do that. Did I ask you? Did I ask you?
Did you?
That is just something that annoys people.
Okay.
And you talk about work as if I was planning to date your work. I wasn't planning to date your work. I wanted to know you, not your work. I'll only want to know your work, maybe where you work. That's it. Or how everything is. But anything apart from that, I don't want to know it in the first date.
I feel like if you're a keen person, you can get to know the workaholics in the first
Yeah.
date.
Someone
don't
who
even have to go
is
far.
all about work, you'll just see it.
Yeah, you don't
Because
even have to go
you'll
far.
see it or you'll hear them.
Yeah, so all my friends who are listening, ask me if you're a workaholic, and I will tell you. I will tell
Because
you for
everything
sure.
you're talking, though there's this part of there's creative people. You also know someone
yeah.
who's creative. So there's a difference between an alcoholic and a creative person. And a creative person is someone that you just know. For them, they don't like talk about work sana. There's that creative aspect in them that you'll just see. But for someone who is all about work, everything they're talking about, it's about okay. You see,
And don't
work.
bring those laptops kwa table until you want to look at CG what Excel sheet. Who are you? Like, yeah.
I invite you.
Imagine
Then you come with a
someone
laptop.
invites me on a date,
Just
then I
go
go
back
and I
home.
find them on the laptop. Then I'm like, oh, so you made other commitments. It means
No, I'll not even get closer to that table. Probably I'll act as if I don't. A laptop.
You're the one being asked out on the date.
No, I ask you out on a date. Then I see you with a laptop. I'll walk out.
Unless they came from work.
I don't care. Laptop kwa table.
No. Oh, like, oh,
No.
yeah, kuifunga kwa table.
That's
of course.
disrespectful.
Because you're
If
telling
it's in
the
your
person,
bag,
I
and
have other things to
Yeah.
do.
I mean, if you are from work and it's in your bag, ni sawa, but you're using it. Yeah, man. People need to be serious.
I give us the next.
My other point is don't complicate things.
Mm.
Just be as simple as possible. When you complicate things, you'll even get yourself into things that you're not supposed to be talking about. You know, be as simple as possible. Because when you're simple as possible, you give out information that is required and needed and is very necessary. But now when you start complicating things, you'll end up confusing yourself. Then you don't even know what you're saying.
Ama, you'll even end up boring the other person.
Exactly.
Like, for example, there are people who enthusiastic about mental wellness and all that stuff, awareness. Then imagine you start bringing those things, and them they're like, what are you even talking about? Let's assume your date has never undergone any trouble getting anything, like those kids who are born with that spoon in the mouth. Then they're like, what are you even talking about? So there are things to talk about or about
Yeah,
on the first date, and there are things to leave out. Like for me, if you even talk about sex on the first date, that's a red flag.
Why would you even talk about sex?
That's a red
Go home, man.
flag.
So, the first date, be as simple as possible. It's like it's a question and answer period where I ask you this, you give me an answer that is
define a date before we even go far.
But it depends on it's okay. A date.
Because I feel like you have to specify. Can we meet up? That looks like just a meetup. But can I take you out on a date? That looks
out
like
on a date. Out on a date, it's more like you are trying to give the other person like, I'm interested in you. I'd like to know more about you. A meetup is maybe it's just you meeting up with me on board. So tukutane. A date is not that. You want to know something about someone. You want to get to understand who they are. Meetups, my friend, we organize meetups up where like we just meet to have fun and no how life is. Just catch up. All these unnecessary things that we do. Yeah. I wonder at times why people meet up. Just stay at home. If you need me, call me. If you have to meet up, then that's so serious. For a date, now I want
you take life too serious.
No, it's not too serious.
You do. Why can't someone just call you and say let's go for a meetup?
Then you fail to pay for food. I pay for food.
Who has said you're paying? It's just like can we go out?
Anyways, for dates is for the opposite.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
It's for the opposite, or maybe let me just for what you're talking about. Date is the opposite gender. So you understand. So don't take. Maybe I live a simple life. A simple life of sleeping.
This one's a joker.
Anyways, don't complicate things on the first date. You'll get confused and start saying things that you're not supposed to be saying, or you asked a question. Now you start. Then that's when the ghost of stammering comes, and you're like,
That brings me to the next point. Don't quiz them.
Mhm.
There is something about these dating shows in Kenya, and I'm like, is this even dating? You're asking too much questions. You're like, where do you work? How much do you earn? Can you take care of me?
When you
Can you
ask
do
me,
this?
by
Can
the
you
way,
do that?
when you ask me
What
how much
is
I
the
earn,
point?
as a lady, when you ask me how much I earn, that's a turn off. That's a red
It's a
flag.
turn off.
Yeah, because it's
Well,
giving this vibe.
depends with what
But-
context you're talking about. Maybe if I want to tell you about a project and I'm like, how
On the
much
first
do you
date.
earn? Or first date.
On the
or
first
sheesh.
date, don't ask that. I mean, you know
Maybe
what you're saying.
maybe in the conversations
It
before the
depends.
first
Yeah.
date,
But again, that is not something you ask.
just freely like.
Yeah, you have to know where you're asking it. Imagine
Men
you,
are science, I tell
imagine
you.
going out on a date with someone, then the first thing you ask is how much you earn. As a guy, I'll be like, oh, so you want to know how much I earn so that you can decide whether.
How deep is the pocket?
Exactly, because that question alone, for ladies these days, believe me, most of the ladies, and I asked someone, what is it? Why is it that it's so hard to find true love these days? And I was told that it's so hard because many have prioritized money. Money is the in thing. If you don't have money, there's no relationship.
There's some video I was watching. It says that when a guy dates, he finds a daughter. Okay? And when a lady dates, she finds a father. And when a lady dates, the guy finds a mom. Do you get me? Now there's this dance of the lady taking care of the guy like a mom, the guy taking care of the lady like a daughter. Like there's that exchange of affection. Do you get me? So it's not necessarily that a guy has to take care of you, but does he really care?
But that
now this is where people say that if I'm dating you, I am not giving you any money, you have your dad. There's some things a lady cannot go and ask from the dad. Do you get me? Yeah? E.g. I just don't know. But there's some things I just can't go and tell my dad I need this.
So okay.
And he would easily
today.
give me because he'll be like,
I don't have filters today, so apologies for whatever I'm about to say.
Sure, but
this
don't
is just
disregard.
I'm not disregarding anything.
Okay.
When it comes to things like sanitary pads, your parent is supposed to be the one who is providing.
Why did the pads come to mind?
As long as we're still dating, it's some of the conversations that children don't want to have with their dads. And I want to say that dads, your problem is one. You don't want to get close to your daughter, or we feel like it's not something that I'm supposed to know. It's their mom who is supposed to know. Hey, they are your daughters. It's your duty and responsibility to know that they need this. When it comes to the inner wares, you are supposed to be the one who is providing. Don't feel ashamed. This is the problem that men have. You feel ashamed of your daughter coming to you and asking you for sanitary pads or the innerwears, and you're like, oh, go and ask your mom. What if the mom wasn't there?
It's not even like that.
Kindly wait.
Okay.
What if the mom wasn't there? So again, it brings us to, if a guy tells you, I am not your father, it doesn't mean like they don't want to provide, but there's a boundary that they actually put in, so that you know your place in a relationship. Don't ask for things that are supposed to be provided for a wife, and don't ask for things that are supposed to be provided for a husband. It's just like, I can't come and tell a lady, come and cook for me. You're not my wife.
Why is it that in a relationship it's very natural for a lady to cook for you? It's very natural for a lady to want to clean for you.
I'll tell you why.
To want to cook for you, because she feels like that's something that I do. It's like a love language. That's how I translate caring.
Okay.
That's how ladies translate caring at times.
Can I answer?
And as for guys, there are those people who are just wired naturally, like in their budget they're going to include their girlfriend, even if it means that I am not taking care of all your needs, but I'm giving you something to take care of yourself. It's like an exchange of affection. You get me?
we have boyfriends who are just boyfriends, and we have boyfriends who are husband materials. And I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
If a guy truly loves you, believe me, they'll provide for you.
Exactly.
No matter
without
what
asking.
happens, without you asking.
Even when they're not your husband.
Yeah. But again, the problem with
And they're
ladies
not
is,
babas.
hey, wait. The problem with ladies is you want to spoil that even before it starts. And that is why I'm saying, don't go asking for it on the first date, and don't go asking for it. Let them do it out of their own way. And when they do it, appreciate it. Because what I know is no guy will want to see their girlfriend not being treated like a queen.
Yeah.
They'll want to do it. But there's a problem. When you start forcing it and when you make it look like it's their work, it's their responsibility because they're your boyfriend, that's where now things go wrong. A guy will provide, even if they're not your husband, provided they feel that they are at peace. They feel that they are loved. They feel like they are respected. Peace is everything for us. If I feel like I'm at peace, I'll do anything. It's the same way. Not all ladies will cook for a person. You have to know, does this person really care about me? Does this person really respect me? If they do respect you, if they do appreciate you, then all the other things will just come naturally. Yeah. So, back to my point. I was saying that I'm blaming that at some point. Know what your daughters want. It's your daughter. It's not the no, I don't mean like, okay, don't put it in this way that when now your daughter is in that stage that they're now seeing all these things, all these changes happening, they stop being your daughter and they start being your wife's child alone. No, when it comes to this, take care of your daughters, buy them the sanitary pads, buy them the innerwears, do them, whether it's the bras, even I feel like and do it. I mean,
some men si ati hawataki kufanya, it's like
it's society.
No, not the society. They didn't experience it when they were young. Do you get me? Just listen.
I'm listening.
Like a guy, let's say, let me use who now? Let me use Baba Wanjiru. Baba Wanjiru dated when he was 29 and married at 31. 2 years. So like he didn't know what a lady could need at the age of 19. Let's say a person who started dating or has the experience of dating a person who is 19, as from 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You know, when you grow and become a father, you will have an idea of what a 19-year-old needs. Do you get me? So like you are now a dad. You have a daughter. Now you're like, ukifika age of 19 ni kama nakukumbusha those days when you used to date those kina shiko uko nje. Now you're like, okay, this is what she might need. So like they didn't experience that kulizwa ama that providing when they were dating at a younger age. So like they're kind of neglecting it. Ama if you've not brought it to their attention for them to do, they won't do. Because ask and you shall receive. Now, Sisi wasichana, it is very hard to go and ask. Let me just tell you, it's so hard for me to go and tell my dad, I need money for nails. He'll look at me like, what are you doing? What are you even talking about? So it is like they have not experienced dating from a young age. They dated for 2 years and married. Now they're like, I don't know what a young girl needs. Compare it with a person who has dated from a younger age. They have an idea. So hata mtoto wake kuja kumitisha pesa ya nails, they know.
I have a question.
Sure.
In the 70s,
there were no nails.
Thank you. So anyways, now I want to your point. I still respect whatever you're saying.
Exactly.
I want to say this. Still, it's a problem. How do you want to? You assume that you can't provide this, you can't buy them sanitary. And I'm using sanitary pads because this is where a lot of men feel like they are not supposed. They feel ashamed. Hey,
I feel like this is societal.
Yeah, exactly. That is what I was bringing. The society told them not to date at the age of 20 because they were supposed to still go to school and all that.
there's a certain system that they're supposed to go through, and once you're done with this level, you go to the next level, then the next level. Then when it comes to marriage, just go anywhere and pick a random person, then you want to marry them. You don't even know who they are. You've not even done a background check and understand who they are, because your parents brought them to you and you're like, oh, my parents said this is a problem that the past generations have been having. And I want to say this to Gen Z: before you agree to all this, make sure you learn a person. Then again, do your homework as a man, do your homework as a lady, so that when it comes to that stage where now you're married, then you having how do you call it? You having children, you make them, and you know that okay, at this point my daughter will need this, and you're not supposed to be ashamed of you as a dad going to get these things with them. Do it. Do your homework. Anyways, that wasn't the discussion today. We were talking about rules on a first date. So yeah,
it was your rule, Ama.
what did you read the last time? I don't know. So I think I'm supposed to be giving mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the one.
I am. So when it comes to this first dates, honestly, I think I'm still looking for. This is why now I draw my line.
Okay, as you
It's there.
keep looking.
Keep looking.
As you,
I'm getting what I wanted.
you have.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have it.
Shoot.
Be strong on your first impression. Be very careful with whatever
You put up
impression
there.
you put across, because the first one, if you're not strong at it, the deal is
Even though
gone.
umetoka ligi.
The first impression, make sure you show confidence. Make sure you show respect. Make sure when you walk, your walk talks who you are. Not like you're walking like a Rasta man here and you're dressed. Not, by the way, not that I'm judging the Rasta people, but be sure whatever you're doing is whatever your first impression. There's no way your first impression is, how much do you earn? No, I like baby girl treatment. You've spoiled it with whatever you're saying. Your
I feel
first
like
impression is
when
very
I'm
strong.
watching I don't know the thing about dating shows in Kenya, I cringe so much. Like, what is this girl saying? And you're seeing this guy for the first time. Like, you can even make a guy take you for granted. Like, this is just hit and run and we're done.
Okay, this
How do you tell a guy
I
that
was
you
watching.
want baby girl treat? Do you deserve it? Have you earned it?
I was watching a certain show. This episode, this lady was they went for a date, and they ordered a date. Then she said to the man, I want 8 kids. And the guy was like, 8? That's economy. And she was like, yeah, I want 8. You see, this one alone, the body language of this guy was like, 8.
He's shocked.
He was
It's
just
like he
shocked,
wants
and
out.
believe me, he was withdrawn.
Yeah.
And after that, he was just there for the sake of being there, trying to match the vibe, but the lady had already killed the vibe.
Exactly.
Why would you tell someone such a thing? Say stuff times 8. Damn. The
I
guy
feel
was like,
that is something some ladies do to receive their options. I'm a girl, so I know. Sometimes you can just do something to just get something off your way, like.
but hey, you know, even if the guy was supposed to date you, they'll be dating you in a much skeptical way than they're supposed to be doing. They'll be like,
They're gonna be trading
50-50.
on glasses.
They're very cautious with whatever they're saying or doing in that relationship. Very dangerous. So your first impression, make sure it is very strong and it's true. Don't fake things because of you want to get that person. The first impression.
Yeah.
Very important.
The next point is put some effort in what you're wearing, how you do your makeup, whether you're gonna do some makeup. If you're going natural, lay your edges even. Like, it depends. If you just wake me up and tell me I'm coming, I'm just gonna be like, okay, just how you find me, that's it. But if someone tells you prior that, I want us to go out, at least you talk on a 10-year old, make that effort. So, like, what I'm saying is that you put some effort.
Okay. Okay. Just put, yeah, make sure you.
But that effort, if you tell someone just impromptu, I don't think they can put that effort.
No, it depends on the
So
person.
much.
There's these people who just love going out, so they will do it. And
Okay.
and that one again shows that.
Okay.
Anyways, I won't say that one. Anyways, my very last point.
Wait. On that effort of putting effort, don't dress like, you know what you dress gives vibes. So don't dress Ashawo vibes. Don't, girls, don't. Because I feel like that's how men gauge hit and run and dating material and wife material. How you dress. Is it
Yeah.
giving decent vibes, Ashawo vibes? I'm sorry, but toot there. That's it.
Hey, dress like you own the bank, not like you're a freedom fighter.
Because me, if
Why
a
will you dress
guy,
like a freedom
let me tell you,
fighter?
if a guy
Yeah.
takes me out on a date and he's put on this, is inaitwa hizo fake teeth, hizo the tertiary ones, aweke hizo, aweke bling bling and the necklace, I just switch off. Like, rich men don't brag. They don't even show.
No, those are rich
So
men. Wealthy men.
automatically, I will know this one is just like, it's not my taste.
Wewe mtu wa hit and run.
Exactly. Ama amekuja tu ku-impress, like,
No, why
and
would
don't
you wear those
overdo
things?
as well.
Why would you wear those things on your neck? Are you mad?
Kwani those who are wearing them,
No,
they're not mad.
You're coming on a date
I'm
and
saying-
wearing some metals on your neck.
That's
Nonsense.
how they feel like they're expressing,
No.
I have money.
Which money? Those are poor people vibes, man. Hey,
I
those
know,
are,
right?
those are just.
Those people are poor.
Hey, I'm not saying I'm not like judging people.
No, but I'm
hey,
saying that it just
you see, wearing
it's
these
giving
things.
me these vibes of being cocky or
This is just hit and run people, my friend. For someone who respects themselves, there are things that you'll never ever see them wearing. Like, why would you wear such things? It's like, okay, now I get. There's something I want to say. Let me attack ladies too. Now you're here, fake lashes.
That's
Wait.
effort.
Which effort? So when now we go to your place or you come to my place and you don't have all these things, you look
Let
like.
me tell you.
Hey.
Let me tell you. Let me now explain it, guys. You feel like when you see a lady having nails, having lashes, having makeup on, full makeup on for that matter, her age is laid, she's having a wig on or a weave, zile hizo za stick and whatever those things, clip-ons and blah blah blah. You feel like she's too fake for you. Let me tell you, that's a translation of effort put into making you feel like, wow, she's a beautiful lady.
Let me ask you a question.
No,
Why?
let me just tell you, like, I may take time. Alienda nail salon, akaenda akapaka makeup. Do you know how long it takes to just draw a straight eyebrow?
I don't have a problem with your nails. I don't have a problems with your this ones. What I have a problem is okay, you do all this and probably I don't like it.
Okay.
Like, I'm not that type of person who loves all this. You see, the moment that I'll tell you, okay, by the way, I usually don't like this, you'll feel disrespected.
That's true.
So,
but
and
those
that
are
is-
not things to
it
say
takes-
on the first date.
yeah.
You can get to compromise and say, okay, she loves doing her makeup and doing that. And
but
doing
again, that one also brings us back to, did I do my homework well? Did you do your homework well? You see, get to understand someone. For me, if you agree to come, if you agree to go on a date with me, please make sure you get to know what I like, what I don't like. Probably there's a guy that doesn't like all that stuff, and they feel like it's fakeness, right? I know it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of time for you to do all that stuff, and it's really creative. But again, yeah, it's creative. Not everyone can shape this.
But let me tell you something, that if there are of course they exist, guys who don't like all this stuff. And when you tell a lady that I don't like this, it's disrespectful, because
Depends with how you convey
it
your
sounds
message.
disrespectful because it's like you're not trying to even compromise. I was watching Love is Blind season 4, and there was this guy who was telling the lady that I don't like you with all those things you put in your face, Ginny. You know, at times she could translate it and feel like you are trying to tell me what to wear, you're trying to tell me how to put my makeup on. So it's like that dance of now you have met her on the first date. Are you ready to compromise?
Mm.
That's the question. It's not about, oh, it's fake, oh, I don't like this, oh, he doesn't like that. It is, okay, I have seen you for the first time. Am I ready to compromise? Do I want you in my life? Can we date?
Anyways,
Yeah.
don't let these fake things make you lose the right
Good.
person. Just
Yeah.
just do it. So my very last point is
Oh, the last one.
my last point. I don't want
Okay.
to talk too much.
Mm.
I'll say things that people will feel offended. Anyways, I'm sorry for everything wrong that I've said. Just that I don't have filters today. Anyways, my very last point is
He has my intonation. Now you can see the side effects of doing podcast. It's
I'm not shouting today. Anyways, what I'm saying is the last point is be prepared. Be prepared. Be prepared with whatever you're going to say. Be prepared with how you're going to dress. Be prepared with how you're going to listen. I don't know how you'll prepare, how you're going to listen, but be prepared with everything. When you don't prepare, it means that the first thing you'll do in the morning is probably you won't dress appropriately. Then the message that you'll be sending is very bad, or maybe you're not prepared of whatever you're going to say. You know, when it comes to preparation, know what you're going to say, what you're not going to say, how you're going to say it, and how you're not going to say it. Because remember, you don't know the other person, how they'll take things. So you need to be very careful with whatever you say. When you prepare, you know that, okay, this, if I say this one might be a bit sensitive. So let me say this one. That preparation alone helps you into getting their attention. First impression again, boosting your confidence, and it will boost also their confidence in you. And they'll be like, okay, this is someone who is well prepared. He didn't just come here, teeth not brushed, hair not combed. I mean, clothes not ironed properly. It makes there's that certain way, and they'll know that okay, this person is organized. And if it's a lady, they'll like you. If it's a guy, probably they'll fall in love with you for the first time. So just be prepared.
love at first sight.
Yeah, love at first sight still happens, though not in our generation. So our generation,
does.
please be prepared.
It does.
Though we assume it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I have a couple to say. Don't avoid eye contact. If you avoid eye contact, it's like you're telling a person, they always say what matronly what window of the heart, something like that. If you avoid eye contact, it's like you're not trying to be intentional about whatever
So let me
connection
ask
that
you a
you're
question.
making.
Let me ask before I continue. For me, I hate maintaining eye contact with people.
But you
I
can
never
try.
do
Not
it,
not that you
so-
don't look at them 100% of the time. At least try. Even if it's for 2 seconds, we're good.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
That's a big achievement for me. Anyways, the people who just don't do
Mm-hmm.
it. I rarely look at people unless I trust you. If I don't, there's no way you expect me to trust in the first date.
Of course, you can trust that person.
So that means that it will be so hard for me. Anyway, continue the point.
Yeah, don't avoid eye contact. You can try, in as much as you're not a
Try. Just try.
person. You can just try, even if it's for 1 second, look at them. Because honestly, I would tell you, if you don't look at a lady eye contact, it gives the vibes of you are intimidated.
It's true.
Yeah,
You might
are
look
intimidated.
Okay. Now let me say something.
Say it.
So there is ladies when they look at you, you'll feel intimidated because the message that their eyes are sending, damn, you'll be like,
Are you able
are you able to know?
Are you able to
Are you able
handle
to do what?
the eye contact? It says a lot. if you can't, or if you do it too much, it also gives a message.
Okay, let's.
If you do it too much, it looks sexual. Yeah. Imagine you're looking at a person's eyes.
What do
I
ladies
just
really
can't.
want? What do ladies really
No,
want?
let me
If
tell
I
you,
look at you
if a
for
guy
too long,
gives me eye
it's sexual.
contact for too long, that's sexual.
If I don't look at you,
Yeah, you're
I'm not
intimidated.
confident. I'm intimidated.
Don't do it
What
too
do you
much.
want?
Do it, but don't do it too much.
Ladies.
Exactly, that's it.
Ladies.
We are science too, by the way.
Which kind of science?
Chemistry.
Which kind of? Hey, if I look at you for too long, it's sexual.
Yeah, it is.
If I don't look at you, I'm intimidated. What do you want?
Okay, there is eye contact and there's staring.
What did you say again?
There's eye contact and there's staring.
Thank you very much. So, eye contact doesn't necessarily bring about the sexual side of everything. Anyways, I wanted that. Thank you.
It is okay.
Mhm.
The next point is that you wear something comfortable. Don't be there wearing spaghetti and you're like,
What is that?
my titties are showing off.
Okay.
Spaghetti is the single strap. Then you're like, the girls are all over the place. That's uncomfortable because let me tell
I
you,
want to cook
guys.
something.
Let me tell you, guys always like what they see. Very true. How to capture, like the eyes can take in what they see, and the heart can take in what the eyes see. Those are guys for me. And there are those people who the heart cannot take out what the eyes see. Those are guys. Like they always like to be, I don't know. You like music.
I want
Yeah,
to
they
cook.
do. They do. Imagine, let me tell you, why do men cheat? Because the wife at home is wearing vitenge. And out here, they're seeing people in.
As a man, why would you allow your wife to do such a thing? You
That
have the
is what
power
I'm
to control
saying.
things.
That is what I'm saying. Like,
Nah.
guys always like what they see. You have to
Okay.
impress them, but
So,
you don't do it too
anyways,
much.
when you come
To
with
a
such a
point
top,
that
you're giving some. Exactly. Or again, let me ask you: you're coming with such a top. Your armpits are not clean.
Hygiene.
I
We
mean-
didn't talk about hygiene. We didn't talk
We're talking about
hygiene.
it right now.
Okay.
Don't just dress because you feel like dressing. I don't want to see your armpits on the first date.
Really?
I don't want, because probably
Oh,
you
yeah.
forgot to do your thing.
What
Or
if I shaved and you're just seeing it? But what am I doing for you to see my armpits? Really?
why are they out? Probably you don't use yeah, so it's kind of
It's good
Yeah.
to concentrate on your hygiene when you're going on a first date.
Exactly.
That's why I'm always keen on what I wear. Like, for example, if I know I'm going somewhere in a chiffon, I have to clean my armpit. That's like, you have to know. If you're wearing chiffon, satin, something that is not cotton, just know that you have to clean it well.
so don't just give some P vibes up and then
Yeah, the other point, I forgot.
I don't know.
What was I saying?
You're talking about wearing
Wearing. Yeah, you have to be comfortable. Now, imagine a guy taking you out on a date and he's sagging.
Wait a minute.
That's a turn
Now
off
I've
for me.
remembered something.
That's a turn off for me because honestly, what are you trying to show me? Why do guys choose to wear suits on their wedding day? Why? Even those that don't wear suits at all, on their wedding day they will try. So like, is a guy trying for you? I feel like if they wear some kind of things, it looks
When you talk about being comfortable, I've remembered something. There was a time I was shooting some movie somewhere. And let this be a warning to men and boys and whatever. Don't wear tight things when you're going for dates. My friend, what you'll feel, you'll not, those,
What you feel?
what you'll feel,
What do you feel?
they know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
It's
This
okay,
is
but
the-
explain
this is
to the ladies.
But what you'll feel with those type things, this is where now your body will start messing up and you can't really hide things just because you're wearing your tight stuff. Stop wearing as a guy. I don't know what this man who wear
Damn.
tight things.
Uh-huh.
What is usually going through your mind when you're wearing these things? That's
Maybe that's how they like their clothes, maybe.
But don't do it on a date. You might be embarrassed. Good night.
Okay. Okay. I feel like that's it for me. But I feel like I'm leaving something out. I will definitely update you on the next episode 32. Whatever I remember, I will write it down, I promise. Yeah.
So, anyways, I think we've talked and I feel like
Yeah, but let me even tell you that going on a first date and you discover that this person is not for you, it doesn't mean that you have to dispose them. Or
try it for the second time. You learn something that you didn't know in the first date.
second time, that's new. What I was saying is that you can keep them for your connections. Yeah, you can.
Don't even try and use me, please. Don't try using
Not
me.
using, as you're saying,
Why
using.
are you keeping me for your connections?
Like, you can just have them in your circle. You just never know.
Just give it a try.
Maybe at 3 years later, when both of you have evolved, you can pick it off and just go.
Okay, the best word is don't give up on them.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're using
That's
a lot
it.
of English words to explain simple
Yes,
things.
someone.
Don't give up. That is when we were saying don't overcomplicate things. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this episode.
Yeah, it was interesting recording, and let us know what are those things that we have left out. Are you feeling tagged, Wanjiku? If you are,
You like using Wanjiku, so start using another name.
Njoki.
I just start using another name. That's for you to. So guys, thank you
So
very
if you're
much.
feeling tagged, you gotta change. If you're going on multiple dates, that's good for you because it's good to go out there. Yeah, of course it is. If you are, that is. Like you go at the first date, it doesn't work for you. Second, you don't give up on love. That's what I'm saying. It's good for
Wait.
you.
Let me keep my comment.
Remind us our social media handles. Sorry.
Yeah. Wait. What do you think? Multiple dates. Anyways. It was so nice recording this episode. I hope you like it, you'll enjoy it. So our social media handles are Instagram, Let's Square It, TikTok is Alcina_254. By the way, don't forget to.
How about our personal?
I don't have a.
Maybe
I don't have
someone
personal.
can just want to reach out.
I don't have any personal.
Austin here.
I do not have personal accounts. Yeah, I do not have. I only use.
You can tell the answer from my face, like guys.
I don't have.
It's good to be here. Catch you next time, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and to share.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.